Hello, boys and girls. My name is Dr. McWilliams-Woods, and I'm the Chief Academic Officer and the Assistant Superintendent for the Akron Public Schools for the whole district. So I actually work right side by side with the superintendent to help all of our students and our teachers and our principals across the district. And I am so happy to be here today to read a book. It's called The Hog Mollies and the Great Golden Gizmo. I wonder what in the world is a great golden gizmo? I've never heard of that. Have you heard of that before? So this book is actually the author. It's written by a group called the Second and Seven Foundation, and they're the ones who actually sent these books to all of you, and they sent a book to me because they believe in reading for young children. Now, isn't that nice of them? And the illustrator, the person who drew all these beautiful pictures, his name is Jason Tharp. So let's go ahead and dive in and listen about Hog Mollies and this great golden gizmo. It was time for the all-school assembly, and Ruby was running late. She scurried down the hall and noticed the custodian, Mr. Hayes, had tipped his cart, his supplies scattered everywhere. Ruby had to climb over the huge mess to make it to the gym. She felt bad about not helping him clean up the clutter, but she didn't want to be late for the big announcement. Good morning, boys and girls, Principal Frank said. This year, our school motto is kindness is contagious. Does anyone know what that means? This month's project will give you the chance to find out. As you leave today, be sure to grab your very own, oh, here's that word, great golden gizmo. We want you to use this camera to catch people being kind. Your teachers and I can't wait to see what you find. So we figured out what a great gizmo or a great golden gizmo is. A camera. The Hog Mollies, Duke, Sprout, Harley, and Hoppy, knew the importance of being kind, but they weren't sure about this contagious part. I thought only colds were contagious, Duke said. Well, hopefully these great golden gizmos will help us learn more about spreading kindness, Harley added. While Ruby and her friend Scarlett grabbed their gizmos, Ruby muttered, "Oh, where do we begin? How do you catch people being kind?" "Well, I'm not sure," Scarlett answered, "but I guess that's what we'll learn." And you see all of the cameras, these great golden gizmos all lined up. So all the students got their own cameras. Well, first, let's test this great golden gizmo, Scarlett said. Ruby, take a picture of me. And she says, cheese. Oh, the picture is blurry and off center, Ruby noticed. Yeah, but look in the background, Scarlett exclaimed. Sprout is washing the blackboard for Mrs. Shelley. I think we just caught someone being kind. Do you see them in the background there, washing the blackboard? Mrs. Shelley was so touched by Sprout's nice gesture that she was inspired to do something kind too. Since she knew oranges were one of her students' favorite snacks, she decided to surprise them with a special treat. Look at the oranges all in their little cubbies. When Duke found the oranges, it made his day. He didn't know who left them there, but it made him feel special. While walking home from school, Duke was in such a good mood from his surprise snack, he picked up every piece of litter he found along the way. Look at, he's putting all the trash. Do you see him putting it in the trash can? Now that was pretty kind. Well, grumpy Gus spotted Duke from his store window, and he was grateful to see someone helping to keep the neighborhood clean. On his way home that evening, Gus stopped to help Harley, who was struggling with a flat tire on his bike. Harley pedaled home, singing a happy tune. It felt great to have someone help him out. When he passed the market, he saw Grandma coming out with her hands full of groceries. He decided to stop and give her a helping hand. See, he's carrying her groceries. Now, wasn't that kind? Well, Grandma was thankful for Harley's good deed. Later, when the Hog Mollies met with friends at their clubhouse, they found Grandma's specialty, a homemade pickle pie, waiting for them. Oh, they're so happy they have the pie. And you can see, look up here in their clubhouse, they're taking a picture with their camera, with their great Gizmo. The Hog Mollies polished off the pie and headed to the park. Look, Mr. Hayes and his son are here, said Happy, and I think their kite is stuck. The Hog Mollies teamed up and knew just what to do. Look, they're being kind again. Thank you for being so kind, Hog Mollies, Mr. Hayes said. Before Ruby knew it, the month was over, and it was time to turn in her project. She tried her best to capture many acts of kindness with her great golden gizmo, but she still didn't understand what the school motto meant. As she rushed down the hall with her photos, Ruby stumbled and the pictures scattered all over the floor. Oh no, she cried. Ruby couldn't hold back her tears. She bent down to pick up the photos and noticed Mr. Hayes by her side. Don't cry, he said, I'll help you. Well, thanks, Mr. Hayes, Ruby replied, but I still don't know how kindness is contagious. And I'm about to give my presentation to the class. Well, let's take a look, said Mr. Hayes, comforting Ruby. I think the answer is in your photos. Each person that shared an act of kindness actually inspired someone else to be kind. So spreading kindness became contagious. See, you got it. Everything finally made sense to Ruby. As she began her presentation, she smiled, grateful that she caught the kindness of Mr. Hayes and eager to pass it on. See, the big kindness is contagious. So now maybe, boys and girls, all of you could think about the same thing. How could you make kindness contagious? How could you pass along all the acts of kindness? And how one act of kindness makes someone so happy that then they do something to be kind to the next person. So maybe find ways this week that you could be kind and see if the kindness is contagious, that they then do something kind. Let's try it out. I'm going to do that. All right, thanks. I enjoyed reading this book with you. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.